A gene is the basic physical and functional unit of heredity. The combinations of genes result in the different phenotypes, sets of observable traits. Genetics is a field of biology that studies how heritable traits are passed from parents to their offspring. The passing of traits from parents to offspring is known as heredity. The mode of inheritance is the manner in which a trait is passed from one generation to the next. Basically, there are two types of traits according to their mode of inheritance in Platys: autosomal traits and sex-linked traits. Each type in turn has mainly two subtypes. The autosomal traits can be dominant or recessive. The sex-linked traits can be Y-linked or X-linked. Autosomal dominant traits. Each fish has two copies, alleles, of the gene for each autosomal trait. One copy is from the sire and the other is from the dam. If a fish has one or two copies of this type of genes, the trait will manifest. A fish with one copy is heterozygous. A fish with two copies is homozygous. Autosomal recessive traits. If a fish has one of the two copies, heterozygous, of this type of genes, the trait will not manifest but the fish will be a carrier of the trait. Recessive traits will only manifest if the fish has two copies of the gene, homozygous. All offspring of this fish will have at least one copy of the gene. Y-linked traits. Sex-linked traits are associated with genes found on sex chromosomes. In these fish, the sex chromosomes are X and Y. Since only males normally have a Y chromosome, Y-linked genes can only be transmitted from father to son. X-linked traits. X-linked inheritance means that the gene causing the trait or the disorder is located on the X chromosome. Females have two X chromosomes, males have one X and one Y. This implies that the females may have one or two copies of the gene, manifesting the trait, or not, depending on its dominance. Males with a copy of this type of gene will manifest it. The knowledge of the inheritance mode of traits is of great importance for the development of breeding projects, especially when we want to create new phenotypes or recreate some already existing ones.